Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. First, look at Todd Chrisley after prison release, flaunts muscles. News has come out that reality stars Todd and Chrisley recently received a presidential pardon. Following this, fans of Chrisley Knows Best have been receiving updates on the story. According to one recent video, Todd Chrisley has been sharing a transformation thanks to his time behind bars. Todd and Chrisley were recently pardoned after being sentenced back in 2022. Todd and become known to audiences for the USA Network reality series, Chrisley Knows Best. The series took a look at the life of the wealthy family as they lived in Atlanta before moving to Nashville. Back in 2022, Todd and were convicted on various federal charges, including bank fraud and tax evasion. Todd was sentenced to 12 years in a Pensacola prison, while was sentenced to 7 years in a Lexington prison. Since their arrest, members of the Chrisley family, particularly their daughter Savannah, has spoken out about the situation. These efforts would prove successful as President Donald Trump signed presidential pardons for the couple this past Wednesday. After being released from prison, Todd had been seen in a recent video on social media. Since then, he wanted to showcase a certain effect his time in prison had on him. Savannah Chrisley also recently spoke out about the family following the news. In the video, Todd could be seen riding in a car. He is briefly seen asking his fellow passengers to feel his arm. This elicited a response of "Feel the muscle. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard." Todd himself then proudly shared, "I'm jacked." A caption at the end of the video confirmed the news, writing "Todd Chrisley is jacked." In a recent statement with AP News, Savannah shared that, "We just want to get home. We want to be reunited." At the time, she was picking up her father while her brother Grayson was with their mother in Kentucky. Savannah also noted, "My parents have not spoken to each other, heard each other's voices, or seen each other in the past 2.5 years." Savannah also touched on what the family will do now following their reunion. She shared, "We're going to celebrate anniversaries, birthdays, Christmases, all the things, because we're going to make up for the lost time." President Donald Trump had announced his decision to release them on Tuesday. According to him, the couple was given a pretty harsh treatment based on what I'm hearing. In a statement on social media, Savannah also shared, "Let this be your reminder. Keep fighting. Cry if you need to. Break down if you must. But don't you dare stop believing. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And when women rise, mountains move. We're just getting started." She also included a photo of herself at a press conference outside of her father's prison. The sun beamed down on a warm September afternoon in Nashville, but the heat wasn't coming just from the weather. Todd Chrisley, the former Chrisley Knows Best star who spent the last couple of years behind bars, made his first public appearance since being released early from prison, and let's just say, fans barely recognized him. Instead of the polished Southern gentleman they remembered from reality TV, decked out in tailored suits and perfectly coiffed blonde hair, Todd showed up looking like a completely different man. He flaunted a leaner, bulked-up frame, with muscles that seemed to scream discipline, transformation, and a fresh start. For months, whispers circled online about Todd's prison lifestyle. Some suggested he was keeping to himself and reading scripture daily. Others said he was hitting the prison gym like his life depended on it. And now, the proof was in front of the cameras. Wearing a fitted black t-shirt that hugged his chest and arms, paired with jeans that showed off a new, confident swagger, Todd looked ready for a comeback. A shocking transformation. Fans on social media immediately went wild, with hashtags like #ChristlyStrong and #ToddTransformation trending within hours. "I did a double take," one fan wrote. "He doesn't even look like the same Todd from 2021. Prison either breaks you or builds you, and clearly it built him." Todd's son, Chase, couldn't resist joking about it either. "Who knew my dad was hiding biceps under all those blazers?" he quipped on Instagram, posting a side-by-side of Todd pre-prison in a white suit and post-prison looking like a fitness influencer. But humor aside, it was clear that Todd's change wasn't just physical. His demeanor radiated a mix of humility and determination. While he's always had a larger-than-life personality, this Todd seemed sharper, quieter, and more reflective, until he flexed for the cameras, that is. Then, the old showman in him, the transformation. Sources close to the Chrisley family say Todd's body makeover was no accident. Todd used exercise as his therapy, one insider revealed. He didn't want to waste his time sitting around. Every morning he was up before breakfast, doing push-ups, lifting whatever weights were available, running laps in the yard. It became his routine, his lifeline. It seems the structure of prison life gave Todd something he hadn't had in years: time to focus purely on himself without distractions. And instead of spiraling in despair, he turned inward. He not only reshaped his body, but, according to insiders, also doubled down on his faith and reflection about the life he once lived. Still, let's not ignore the obvious. Todd Chrisley has always loved a stage. With his release, showing off his new muscles felt like the ultimate curtain rise for Act 2 of his life. Julie Chrisley's reaction. While Todd's new physique is dominating headlines, fans also wondered what Julie Chrisley, still serving her sentence, would think when she sees her husband's transformation. Their marriage has always been the bedrock of the Chrisley empire, and Todd reportedly has been working hard to stay strong for her. He wanted Julie to see him as a fighter, another source close to the family shared. He wanted her to know he's not falling apart. He's preparing for the day they reunite, and he wants her to feel hope when she sees him again. In many ways, Todd's new look isn't just for him, it's for her too. Fans divided over the glow-up. Of course, not everyone is applauding the transformation. Some critics online accuse Todd of trying to reinvent himself for publicity. "He's still the same guy who ended up in prison for fraud," one commenter wrote. "A six-pack doesn't erase what he did." Others, though, argue that everyone deserves a chance at redemption. If Todd used prison to better himself instead of wasting away, that says something, a supporter countered. Growth is growth. It seems Todd's muscles may be the spark for a bigger conversation about second chances, accountability, and how public figures are perceived when they leave prison. Plans for a Chrisley comeback. The big question on everyone's mind: what's next for Todd Chrisley? Rumors have already begun swirling about a new reality show documenting his post-prison life and potential reunion with his family. Networks are reportedly circling, intrigued by the idea of a redemption arc, starring Todd as the unlikely fitness guru turned family patriarch. "Imagine the ratings," one TV insider said. "Audiences love a comeback story, and seeing Todd in this new light, muscular, motivated, and maybe even humbled, could be exactly the hook that draws people back." Todd himself hinted at future plans during his brief public statement after his release. Standing before cameras, his voice firm but measured, he said, "I've learned a lot these past couple of years. About myself, about faith, about family. I can't change the past, but I can work on who I am moving forward. And trust me, this is just the beginning." That comment alone was enough to send fans into a frenzy, convinced a big reveal was coming soon. A symbol of resilience. Beyond the spectacle, Todd Chrisley's transformation holds symbolic weight. For a man once defined by luxury, designer clothes, and flamboyant Southern charm, he's now presenting himself in the simplest of ways, through his physical strength and discipline. It's almost as if he's using his muscles as armor, proof that he can withstand hardship and come out stronger. It doesn't erase the mistakes that landed him in prison, but it paints a new picture of resilience and survival. And for his children, especially Savannah and Chase, who have been holding the family together, It's a glimmer of hope that their father may be truly evolving. What's next for the Chrisleys? With Todd now free, all eyes will be on how he reintegrates into family life. Will he and Savannah join forces to rebuild the Chrisley brand? Will he focus on speaking engagements, sharing his story of redemption? Or will he simply enjoy life out of the spotlight, focusing on Julie until her release?